Hi guys, it's me, Aubrey. I just wanted to give you another update. I'm making a separate video from my pre-op appointment with my primary care to talk about my psych evaluation. This is an attempt to make a couple shorter videos. I'm sorry that my videos have been so long in the past. I'm going to try and work on that. So because of that, I'm going to be updating more often so that I don't feel like I have to get too much information into one appointment. So today is Thursday, October 15th. On the 13th, on Tuesday, I went for my psych evaluation. And it went well. I was really nervous going into it, and really I had nothing to be nervous about. I didn't have to do a big old questionnaire or any kind of questionnaire. I think she just asked me the questions in person that maybe some of you have had to answer on paper. It was probably about a 20 or 30 minute appointment. She asked me about some of the logistics of it, and she asked me what the top 3 things were that were important for me to know with weight loss surgery, and she seemed to be happy with my answers, which was I answered protein first and get lots of fluids in, and trying to remember what my second thing was. Oh, avoid carbs. And I kind of thought that was funny that she asked about that, but I think her main goal was to find out if I understood really what I was getting into. She did ask about, background with like depression or anxiety or any kind of mental health issues in the past. And so I talked briefly about mainly any kind of depression I've had has been situational and not deep depression. So she seemed to be satisfied with that. I really went back and forth. I had kind of gone into the whole appointment thinking that I was going to basically just get through it, don't go real deep into anything. I just wanted I wanted her to pass me. I didn't want anything to kind of get in the way of that. And so, but then I was sitting there and she was available. There she was. And I just kind of told her everything. So, I talked about the only real issue that, I discussed was I talked about, a time when I really experienced a lot of anxiety with this process. I had just decided to go ahead with the surgery for sure. I knew it was gonna be actually happening. And I'm I'm an all or nothing person. I decided, yes, for sure, I'm diving into this with both feet, and I basically had a panic attack about it. My husband got home from the grocery store with the wrong thing, and I flipped out. I was like, you knew I wanted this and you actually got that and blah 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 blah. It was awful. And he was like, who are you? I don't even know who you are right now. And so we went in the bedroom to talk about it, and I was shaky. I was pacing the floor. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't quite catch my breath. And I said, I don't know. I just don't feel good. I don't feel like myself. Something's wrong. And he said, well, what is it? And I just blurted out. I was like, I'm scared. I'm scared about this surgery. I don't know. What am I going to do when I can't depend on food anymore to comfort me? And how am I going to, what is my life going to be like if I don't have this big, huge thing in the way all the time? So it really freaked me out. And so I did talk about that with her a little bit. And the biggest thing that you need to know going into the psych evaluation is that they are not there to treat you. They're not there to work through issues with you. they just want to evaluate. So they're just going to let you know, yes or no, is this going to work or is this not going to work for you? And so she said, I would like to see you in the future or send you to see somebody else in the future. And, you can work through some of these things and maybe get some coping skills lined up. I said, well, I'm completely willing to do that, but I'm just going to be honest. I don't want anything to get in the way of me getting this surgery. And in her words, she said, over my dead body, would I ever stop you from getting this surgery? Because she says, I believe it's a medical necessity for you. I would never stop somebody unless they had like an alcohol or drug addiction, or maybe a severe personality disorder that would keep them from truly understanding what they're getting into. And also feeling like someone's going into this impulsively or ignorantly. She said, I don't think that that's the case with you. She said, I absolutely want you to have this surgery and I'm going to recommend that you have it. She said, I would never ever punish someone for being honest when they walk in this room, because she says she can spot them a mile away when everybody's like, oh yeah, everything's fine, but it's really not fine. So, yeah, it was pretty easy, simple. I decided I am going to go back as long as it's something that my insurance will cover. I do want to try and work through some of these things. It's kind of difficult because my husband's not really on board with the whole therapy thing. His older sister, growing up, had some really, really major issues. And she saw a counselor or a therapist that was really it was not a good thing. And basically she came out of therapy believing that a lot more had happened to her in her life than what really did. And she was convinced of things that just weren't true. And she's got some bad therapy. So he's very standoffish about it. He's like, well, just be careful. And he's kind of more the opinion of, well, just work it out, you don't need help or some quack to come in and tell you to do deep breathing exercises or whatever. So, yeah, I think it's just ignorance. I think the only experience he's ever had with therapy in his life has been secondhand experience, and it was not a good experience, and so he is paranoid about that. But I'm going to go ahead with it anyway, and then I'm also going to take advantage of the support group, which meets once a month. I'm going to go to that. That's next Tuesday, and I might jump on here, let you know how that went. So anyway, that was my psych evaluation in a nutshell. And so I'm just wondering, what was your psych evaluation like? Did you feel like it was helpful to you at all, or that the person really kind of got you and understood where you were coming from? And then also, more than anything, I want to know, are you seeking therapy? Is it something that you are wanting to pursue prior to surgery, and why? So good to talk to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next